money. Homie making good, my money need a loan. I'm just getting money. I'm just getting money. Homie making good, my money need a loan. I'm just getting money. I'm just getting money. Homie making good, my money need a loan. I'm just getting money. I'm just getting money. Homie making good, my money need a loan.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing this wonderful Sunday evening? It's your boy, Coach Ricks, and you've entered Coach's Talk, where we discuss all things OU related, college football related, all things in between. Before we get started, please hit that red subscribe button, like the videos, man, ring that bell so you won't miss any content that we got going forward. Before we get started, man, hey, man, I got to bring my boys in, man, because some news just dropped, man, that is not good for Oklahoma at the moment. Now, before we was getting started, Mike, you was going in, so I want you to continue with what you got to say. Go ahead on, big dog.
I think this is above BB. I think this is Joe C. And the reason I'm saying this is Joe C's been here since 1998. We've had one national championship. And then in the church, been to LSU and Florida, didn't win them. But it's further than that. Look at the facilities for the OU men's basketball, women and men's basketball team. Lloyd Noble Center should have been bulldozed down, and a new arena and facilities built for the basketball team, both men's and women's. Our baseball facilities in SEC at best sucks. So, and also it seems that more, even though Love's Field was provided by Love's, that was still brought on by OU and the department and the Board of Regents and etc. So I think this OC deal, we swung for the fences. Yes, we did. And I think now OU needs to start looking at Joseph.
Well, I mean, what do you feel, Bishop? Before I get started, what did you feel? You muted, Bishop. You muted.
Yeah. Yeah. It got me again. Shucks. All right. No, the truth of the matter is this was a big test for us. To me, though, if we're going to be all in like we did tell our young men, then we need to show the same thing and go all in. There could be some stuff we could have done. We could have been more forthright as stuff commenced about. But the bottom line is that wasn't the side that we were concerned about. So when they did reach out was a shock to us. So almost one of those things is you're playing with house money, but I can get it as long as we waited to now start hearing the tea leaves starting to filter. It's just concerning that we didn't take, we as the Sooners didn't take the narrative and you make it to us and control it. You know what I'm saying? Because we were never in look for a DC, but if you're coming and asking, then we should control it, in my eyes.
Well, hey, people can sit there and say what they want to say. I say a lot of people are hearing. I'm reading a lot of message boards where they're talking about Oklahoma got boomed again, and they didn't feel. Look, I can tell you right now, Penn State was not the highest dollar amount. It wasn't them. Oklahoma was number 2. Of course, Ohio State had the most, but Oklahoma was right there. So it wasn't really about the money. So what took place and everything, and like I said, before we heard Jim Knowles, my heart was on Wes Goodwin. And I know that we haven't heard anything about Wes. I know for a fact that he was at the coaches clinic and everything last week when we was in one in Charlotte, and Jim Knowles' name just started popping up, and everybody just thought that was what it was. Here's my thing. I think a lot of people start looking at his fiance and start thinking, "Hey, that's the Achilles heel of what's going to bring him here." Uh, am I disappointed and upset? No. Am I happy to know that he did try to go out and get the best DC for right now? Yes. But at the same point in time, man, I still feel like the defense is going to be the defense. Just go ahead and bring in Wes. Let's get this going. Uh, yes, Jen's girlfriends are not undefeated. That's not a girlfriend. That's a fiance. That's a whole different thing. So I don't want to get in that, man, because I don't know what him and her decided to do or what not. I don't get in that, man, because that's none of my business. Uh, you know, but from what all points are saying, she's not wanting to leave because of her son. That's between them two. Ain't got nothing to do with Coach Ricks. Ain't got nothing to do with Bishop. Ain't got nothing to do with Big Mike. Mike Legend. It ain't got nothing to do with us. All I'm saying is, man, is that it pointed in the right direction. We thought that was something that might happen. It didn't. So, hey, but here's my thing. Why would you leave Ohio State to go to Penn State, which is like one of your rivalries? So that lets me know if you're willing. That's just like if somebody leaves Oklahoma to go to Texas when you know how bad they hate each other. That's some personal shit that you going through with somebody on that staff to where you're willing to go to the enemy to coach. Just my thought. Just my thought. So I think Mike jumped down there everything. But man, look, everybody's in here passionate. Eric is saying, hey, since we didn't get Knowles, we should go either Phil Parker from Iowa or Will Muschamp. I've always thought that Will Muschamp would be a good one. I just don't know if him and BV will jail, even though that would be a darn good hire, Will Muschamp.
Yeah, I just think right now, since if my understanding is getting finalized as we speak, um, I don't know. At this point, as long as we waited, I think right now we need to go ahead and stand our ground and say, okay, this is the direction we're gonna go because
Well,
we
yeah,
waited long enough. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
okay.
And allow the fan base to know that, hey, we still already have someone in mind. We were giving him the ample opportunity, but hey, this is the direction we're going, and just be prepared.
Hey, Steve O'Rolo. All I can say, man, is I heard that too. But if you do bring West in as a defensive analyst, he can play. He can call the plays and still be an analyst. You ain't got to put him as a DC. You can give him somebody that calling. But I just don't know and everything, man. Do we really need a DC if you got Wes and Brendan Hall and Bates and Chavis and uh, BV on the sideline? Do you really need somebody to be a DC, or can you
No,
appoint somebody to be one?
yeah, you can just appoint one. If we're gonna do that, then let's be forthright and say, hey, this is how we're going, and we're all in, and just move that way.
Now, Kimberly K, I have heard this before. I've heard this too, Mike. You know I love you. There's much out of Joe C's hands on facilities. That's the border regions, and that's also uh, from the city and from the state as well. OU has had to stop plans for facilities to fight community complaints. There's documentation on these concerns. Now that I've heard of before, because there were some plans to do some things in the past, and that might have been another reason why we lost, you know, Turner seat and everything because he couldn't get things done the way he wanted to. So I don't know if that's Joe C. I don't know if it's the president or the board of regents. I really don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take it that far to say I'm very upset about not getting Jim Knowles. It would have been a good hire. Don't get me wrong. It would have been a great hire. But I just feel like if you bring in Wes, you good. You good. You got the four-headed monster back. You got guys that are coming in at a rapid rate, 4-star, 5-star. We'll be all right. But I'm gonna bring Mike back in, man, because I know that he's kind of up in his feelings about this and everything, man. But right, so when you're very passionate about a university and you show it, you want everything to work out in a positive way. But I think it's still good, Mike. I think it's still good, man. I think that we're still heading in the right direction. The defense
Oh,
was never an
I
issue.
I know, Coach. I'm just saying, like I discussed earlier, I am sick and tired of these players and some coaches when we when they're prospects prospectively
Yeah,
come to this program using OU as a bargaining chip. I'm getting sick and tired of that.
yeah. Well, I mean, here's another thing that nobody's taking into consideration and everything. We are still trying to get implemented into the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there are some contingencies, plans, and everything in the works that it's going it's going to take us about a year or two before we start seeing the fruits of the labor from the SEC. The same way when we transitioned from the Big Eight to the Big 12, there was a little, even though Oklahoma was still Oklahoma, there was still some learning curves on teams that we've never played before that we had to come into fruition to say, hey, this is what we got now. This is what we're going to do now. So I know we're all passionate. I'm just glad that it's over, to be
Me
honest.
too.
The
Same here.
the not knowing is more painful than what took place because,
Mm-hmm.
like Bishop said, you're playing with house money. You don't know what the outcome's going to be.
Right.
So at least now we know. Because when I saw Penn State, I was like, oh, crap. Okay. I wasn't peed off. I wasn't upset. I just said, okay. That old saying, next man up,
Yeah. Next man up.
next man up. Now, this
Yeah.
is somebody who wants to be here.
Well, not only that, it's like um, to go as sour as it has seemed to have gone, and to know the actual steps that was made to get to this point, something had to sour the deal, and that's all I would, maybe for the board of regents and everybody involved, how everything is interconnected to include YouTube. There's a lot that we can grow from this place.
Yeah. And Jimmy, I just wrote you something, man. Yes, he got fired from Clemson, but he got fired from Clemson because he had one hand tied behind his back trying to get high school players to play at the level
Yeah,
of sophomore, juniors, and seniors. That's hard when you don't want to go into the transfer portal. We've been going to the transfer portal, what, 4, this is the 4th year now
yeah, yeah,
since NIL.
yeah,
So you're 4 years behind. So the times that when South Carolina was down, this is the first year that South Carolina was a little bit more in depth and talent than Clemson was because South Carolina was going into the portal.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
So that's the only reason why. Now, if if West was allowed to go into the portal from day one, we wouldn't be having this conversation because West would still be at Clemson.
Yep.
that's true. And
So
see, that's where we were hoping that we as a fan base, we could start uh, broaden our horizon and realize there's a lot to that dabble not wanting to use the portal to supplement, because we know through our own trials that you have to supplement.
yeah,
And what's that, Reed?
hold on. I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to read this. What he says. He says, "Yes, Jimmy and Dabo screwed OU over." Well, this is what I don't like about some of the coaches and everything. Stop holding these players hostage by not announcing things within 5 days after your season, so they won't leave. You're holding them hostage. If I know for a fact that a staff member is leaving, I'm
Yeah.
not going to say, "Hey, let's keep it hush hush for 5 days," because I don't want nobody leaving. And then I let that guy leave, and now the players that wanted to leave, they can't leave now because I kept it hush hush. That's cowardly to me, because
Mm.
if I got stock options in the company and that stock options is about to go under, yes, you can't tell me because it's tax evasion and everything, and you can go to prison. But when you sell yours, you don't tell me, and then I lose all my money in there. That's a coward way of doing it. Just be open and honest with these players, man. Let them know, because we could have gotten a lot of players from Clemson if BV would have said, "Hey, you can come with me." So it is what it is, man. I'm not mad no more. I could care less that we didn't get him. I'm just ready to get somebody in there, man, and that's just move forward and have a good season.
I will say this: this should galvanize our fan base and our board a reason to move as one going forward.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, everybody is talking bad about Oklahoma in the football, but what other university do you know is almost damn dominant in every other damn sport? We got softball on lock.
Got
Facts.
We got
Got Jim.
gymnastics on lock. We pretty much got girls basketball on lock. We got tennis on lock. We got wrestling on lock.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just football, and football seems to be heading in the right direction. Nobody really wants to say what Lincoln did to this place.
Oh,
And
I'd say that all day long.
and BV is getting his ass ran through the ringer because he will not say, "Hey, that's on Lincoln's watch." He will not do that. He will not do that.
I'm not blaming BB for nothing.
T Boomer says, "LOL, he took $100,000 more to go to Penn State than be laying up with his wife here." Hey man, I told you it wasn't after taxes. It ain't that much money. It's something personal
Yep.
about
I
Ohio
told you.
State
Yeah.
that he wants to prove. It's something
Yeah.
because Penn State is on that schedule next year.
Yeah. And like I said, the thing about it is whatever that turned it sour for Oklahoma. Okay, great. We wasn't in the need of a defensive coordinator per se.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like it was like hanging on pins and needles. We were just giving you the fair opportunity. And now you make your decision. We're moving as one, and we're gonna learn from this, and we're gonna keep this to help us to understand. Leave no doubt. When we move as one from now on.
Hey, can I ask y'all a question?
Go ahead.
It's gonna be a real good one.
All right.
What would be more of a disaster? Not getting Knowles or not getting Arbuckle?
Not getting all buckled. Hands
Not
down.
getting Arbuckle.
Yeah. Hands down. Hey, that I'm sorry. Look, hey,
I had to
I,
make y'all laugh, man. I have to make y'all smile, man. Mike, man,
look,
I feel bad for Mike, man. Mike is really taking this hard, man, and I don't like seeing him like this, man.
yeah, nah, he's good.
Normally, he's
You
in a
know
good
what it
mood.
was? I ain't gonna lie. This was the first time that my poopy diaper throughout the season, I was on pins and needles. It's like I wanted them to turn it around, but it's just like the evidence that they kept putting out. It's almost like we didn't have the right components in the right places, and that could actually drive it. And it just was one of those times that we had to take it on the chin because we weren't forthcoming and all in for our kids.
Yeah.
I can laugh about this now, but when I was talking to Bishop before we come on here,
Yeah,
I even told Bishop, I said, let's go to the outlaw days of Barry Switzer. At least we
yeah, he did. He did. He did.
You know what? As much as people wanted to play Lincoln when he left to go to USC, there's going to be a handful of people that's going to want to play Penn State now in the championship or somewhere in the playoff CFP to try to prove a point.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's a good thing. Here's a bad thing for Jim Knowles. Their best defensive end is gone at Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's going to be a rebuild or just a reload?
I don't follow Penn State enough to know, so I can't
I
answer that.
think it's going to be a rebuild myself, because understand they got to understand and galvanize to his playing style and his scheme, and you have to have people have to have players that know it front and backs to where they're not thinking when they're on the field.
Well, here's my thing when it comes to the Wes Goodwin. I think and everything, it's just my thought. I try to be open and honest and try to have a level head about this. I think that Wes was in the back waiting to see what was going to happen. Yes, he could have. Yes, he could have became an analyst long time ago, and he's still going to become an analyst. There are some reports out there that he will become an analyst for Oklahoma. But why not just go ahead and just give him the title and be done with it? Just keep it. Look, with the defense that OU got coming back, you think Wes Goodwin can have a good defense next year with the defense that they got coming back?
Oh, what? Yeah.
It's no doubt. Like I was saying, Coach, it's no doubt. As the thing is now, as a Board of Regents and as Josie and as the University of Oklahoma, we have to now stick our pivot in the ground and say, this is what, and make a decision quick so that it doesn't linger on like this did. Because understand the whole thing was that we waited with respect to, let everything materialize. Now that it has, then we need to go ahead and move so our kids can keep moving with us. So, and I think Wes Goodman, I'm with you, Coach. Wes Goodman is an excellent coach and an awesome recruiter. And just ask yourself, the Ferrari or the Lamborghini is already here. What would he really be redoing but tinkering and adding little bits and pieces with the supervision of who he started off with still being the head coach? It's a win-win.
Well, Mac, I'm sorry, Mike. I didn't mean to cut you off. I know you can say something. He says BV can't be head coach / coordinator. That's too much on his plate. Well, he did it when Levy was here, and we went 10-3. I think that once one thing we know, if OU has a real good OC, BV lets him have it. BV lets him have it. He'll focus more on defense because he can now, because he ain't got to worry. He never worry about Levy. Even though we as the fans did, we got tired of seeing damn excuses. But I think we got a young quarterback in, a young OC in now that understands and saw the overall picture of how Oklahoma struggled last year. Because when he was over there tearing his hair out doing that last game, he sees what he has. He's never had this much talent before.
Right.
Last year, and let's be honest, what name did you only hear from Washington State?
John Mateer.
That's it. That's it. That's all you heard. So now you're gonna have John Mateer. You're gonna have X-Rod. You're gonna have Tatum.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have
Tory Blaylock.
so many wide receivers.
Yeah.
You mean tell me and everything, man? And that's just on offense. We got more on defense. So you're going to have a more complete team than what he's ever had. And you and I both know if I leave a bad situation or a decent situation and I go to a job that gives me the bells and whistles and gives me a raise and gives me a car and gives me the company credit card and gives me the company everything, you think I'm not going to perform a little bit better? Shit. I'm going to perform much better. So I think that John Mateer is going to come here and try to prove a point. I think Arbuckle is going to come here and try to prove a point.
Yeah.
And the defense is going to handle. We ain't got to worry about scoring 9 points no more.
Nah.
That's one thing.
Nah.
Because I think he'll kick everybody's ass on offense if they score 9 points.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I think he will go crazy.
Well, there. You can take Twitter for what it's worth, but there is one name that I hope that we don't go after as far as that defensive coordinator spot.
Go ahead.
Dreiling from Arkansas State. Please stay away from him.
Who?
Dreiling from Arkansas State, drilling or whatever his name is.
I think Oklahoma is not going to go from trying to get the best DC to get somebody that nobody heard of. Because if you were going to do that, you would have just went ahead and got Wes Goodwin with somebody that you know of, that you trust, and that you know. So you're not going to go from trying to get Michael Jordan to go get somebody that's in the G League. I'm just keeping it real. I mean, that's like trying to get, you going from a damn Ferrari to a Pinto.
Yeah.
So, but I like what Kimberly K said here. Thomas BV is the defensive man. There is no loss for OU in this depth. There's only one. Like I said, people keep forgetting, man. Look, yes, his wife is going through a lot right now, but with senior leadership, with Wes Goodwin, Chavis, Bates, Goodwin, Hall, Jay Valai, all on defense. He really ain't got to do much. All these guys know his defense, so he really ain't got to do much. Honestly, he really ain't got to do much.
That's the A team. Let's just be honest. That's the A team.
That's the Avengers.
Yeah.
That's the Avengers. What other program has that? I mean, and we all OU fans, but let's be realistic. What defensive staff can match up to what Oklahoma has?
None, really.
And this is not being a homer. I think that Ohio State's defense is nice, but only one you know of is what? Larry Johnson and Jim Knowles. Now maybe Laurinaitis, but I'm just saying you have every coach on the defensive staff at Oklahoma is a well-known commodity, a well-known recruiter, a well-known person. So maybe we're all just homers and we're looking through the glass half full.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He's going to get the Penn State job after the head coach leaves. Hey.
Now then ask if that was, if we're gonna run with that, if that's the case, does she stay in Oklahoma? Because that's a long time to be.
Like I said, I won't get into that.
I know, but I'm just saying
business. That's great.
No. I understand. I'm just saying at some point, something ain't right in the Kool-Aid. Someone made it without any sugar. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Well, hey, there's something out there that we haven't heard yet.
Yeah.
That prompted this decision.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure in the next few days, OU Insider or whoever is going to come out and say this is the reason why ABC didn't happen or X, Y, and Z didn't happen. And then we'll know and we'll be like, okay, that makes sense. I'm just keep it real. He is from Pennsylvania. That's where his hometown is from, Pennsylvania. Now we kept looking at it from a fiance side. We didn't look at it from my parents,
His
my
side.
mother, my family, everybody that I know. And we might be thinking that his wife says she's not going to leave, but she might have said, you know what? I'm willing to go with you. We don't know. We really don't know.
So could it be that she just didn't want to go to Ohio?
I mean, dude, look, I don't know.
No. I'm not just saying. She already told him she wasn't moving, and then whatever was going on with Ohio State, there was a rift. But now that they are finalizing for Penn State, are you gonna, depending on how long that is, and if he is a head coach in waiting, then that's telling me that he's about to put down roots. Is she gonna stay, in Oklahoma that whole entire time? You see, I'm not trying to get in their business. I'm just saying, I'm thinking. This is me thinking.
Hey, Purple, Penn State's defense has never been the problem. It's the offense. They can't score.
Yeah.
You can't win games when you only score 14, 15 points. OU is proving that. No matter how
We've proven that.
Yeah,
we seen
are
that
the
movie.
poster child for that.
We seen that movie and it ain't worth shit. So I give it 10 Rotten Tomatoes. It's a terrible movie. So,
Coach, can I ask y'all this?
Yes, go ahead, man.
And this is out of my feelings. The question: What does Penn State have that OU doesn't?
Family. His family's there.
Well, that's true. I'm just talking about what could Penn, other than family. I'm keeping family out of this. As a university, what does Penn State have that OU doesn't?
If Bishop, I'll let you go first. I'm sorry.
Mike, you running with something? I ain't got no rebuttal. I'm with you. I'm asking the same thing. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say this from a coach side and a person that don't have anything invested. We keep thinking, what does Penn State have that OU don't have? Maybe it's not about Oklahoma.
Maybe it's not.
Maybe it's not.
I mean, we can sit here and say, what's the difference between Texas and Oklahoma? Besides the rivalry and the hate and all that, it's pretty much the same place.
Yeah. Can I ask a question? It's been eating at me. Could something have turned the favor off by being too soon on something? Could this have turned him to where he was open more to going back home to Penn State?
The way it looks right now, this was a done deal because the parade was today.
Right.
Or this morning.
Okay.
The parade was earlier. So what did we say last week? It was either going to be Sunday or Monday.
Yeah.
Little did we know that it was a whole nother team involved. So this came out of the blind side. This came out of the left field. So we don't know. All I say, guys, man, is that we keep looking at it from an OU. We keep looking at it from the OU side.
Right.
And we're not looking at it from his side.
That's true.
And that's true. And I understand all we can do as in our own opinions is that I really felt something turned that agent off about Oklahoma. And that's for some reason, that's what's in my own opinion is something turned that agent and him sour to Oklahoma because everything was lining up and he reached out to us. So what changed after that? And so but hey, he made his choice. If that's his choice, go do it. Go do it. But just like Trap House said, you're on the menu.
You're on the menu.
Hey,
It's all good.
I want to bring up something, man. So just in case if we do get Wes, all right, he's going to be a defensive staff guy anyway. But I'm going to do this something. Let me share something with you guys so everybody can see because there's so much bad perception about Wes that it don't make sense. Okay, so I want to put this up here so everybody can see. Okay, the Tigers moved to number 6 nationally in turnovers, gained 22 by the third from Saturday to go to the fellow top 10 marks in defensive touchdowns. Fourth, pass efficiency defense, sixth, tackles for loss, seventh, passing defense, eighth, total defense, 10th. And y'all are saying this was Wes Goodwin's worst year? What do y'all think? Because here on the East Coast, Clemson has never relinquished the power to South Carolina the way it did this year. South Carolina couldn't even stand on the same field as Clemson. Clemson used to always wax that ass every single year. But as soon as South Carolina does better than Clemson, oh, the world is falling. The sky's falling. Everything is wrong. This guy still had a top 10 defense overall, and he got fired. He got fired because Texas put 38 up on him, and they got 24 points. So I'm gonna say this: if we do get Wes Goodwin with the defense that we got coming back, now Bishop and Mike,
Mhm.
would you guys love to have total defense of number 10th in the nation next
Oh
year?
yeah.
Yeah, that's hands down.
Do you think that people in OU would fire him because he got the number 10th defense total?
No, no way.
So good. Here at Clemson has a different standard because BV brought a different standard. I believe going forward, OU's defense is going to always be in the top 10, top 20 as long as BV's there.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You bring in Wes Goodwin, it's only going to add to it. So I think everybody needs to calm down, man, when they start talking about, oh, they got to go get the backup Wes Goodwin because they couldn't get Jim Knowles. Okay, no problem. No problem. If he can bring me a top 10 defense, bring your ass all over to the Red River.
And he's an excellent recruiter. No, hands down. Hands down. And the fact of the matter is, we want to keep moving forward. We know our defense was not being questioned. So anybody that's added is just the cherry on top. What our concerns was offense. And so we have the fix on the offense. Now we just need for them to go into the lab.
Man, look, I'm going to say this, and I've been trying to hold it for the last few weeks, but I can't no more.
Well, let it go.
Let it go. Let it rip, Tater Chip.
JJ said this is the first team that he's ever been a part of where it felt like family. And he says, you will die and play hard for family. He said the quarterbacks that we got are definitely leaders. And he didn't just say John Mateer, he said both of them. So Oklahoma got something special this year, guys. And I'm just gonna sit back and watch because I know what one person can do on that team. And when he starts showing his ass, I don't want to hear anything about what then do. No, just sit back and relax and let JJ cook and eat and do all that because he's always been the only person on the team receiver wise. Now you got a lot of people. You got Gibson and Gibson. You got Deion Burks. You got a lot of other weapons. Jordan, you got a lot of other weapons on that team, man, right now, man. So I think everybody is so focused on who the DC is. We should be more focused on come get this work.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is. Means more money for Wes Goodwin. Oklahoma don't have many options besides him or Howard. Then, ah, if there was somebody that wanted to come here, I mean, yeah, but sometimes, man, it's about the fit as well. I think Wes Goodwin will be a good fit. He knows these guys. He knows how BV works. He knows how Chavis work. He know how Bates work. He know those guys. Shit,
Yeah.
Yep.
I know Bishop and I know Mike. You mean tell me that I can go get a job working with them two every day? We gonna clown our ass off every day.
You dang
We
right.
gonna clown every day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yep.
it is what it is. BV's name is actually Thomas Brent Venables. Don't doubt this, Thomas. Okay.
Get it. Get it. The
I don't
diamond is spoken.
I don't want nobody from the pros, man.
I don't either.
Look, when you come in from the pros and go to a college, sometimes people take it as a downgrade, and you don't, and they're not hungry like somebody that. I mean, I like somebody coming from a small college. Look, Zach came from a Jackson State. And look how good he did. It's just about the scheme, guys. It's not about if you're good or bad. It's the scheme. If you got a good scheme, it will work. If you got a good
Hmm.
scheme.
Yep.
So anyway, but we got a lot of damn boy. I'm behind on these comments. Let me try to catch up. Hold on. BV never played at OU. He only knows what it is to be a Sooner from getting born on the third base by getting on the coattails of Bobby, Mike, and Gino when they're around. I doubt that. Franklin to the Cowboys. You never know. Pennsylvania way better than Ohio. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Maybe Jim offers rolled in and she had roughly 3.2 million. Second thoughts. I'm not mad at her. That's her man. Hey, look, I've seen money make people do stupid things at times.
Hmm.
So anyway, well, like I said, man, I'm not mad. I'm over it. When I saw it, I called Bishop and said, "Hey, man, he going to Penn State." And Bishop had this look on his face like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's what it says."
Hey,
I'm not big. I'm not trying to spin it. I mean, it would be a great hire to get him. But if you go back to my show, my first thought was Wes Goodwin.
Yep.
That was my
here's my
first thought.
uh, and let me just be. I'm gonna just be brutally honest right now. No, it's not a good look because we waited. But
Yes,
now,
yes.
as a border region and as the University of Oklahoma, that we are one, we now have to be stick our foot in the ground, take this on the chin and use it as fuel to make sure we move forward and that we keep all the receipts and make sure that they know that hey, once we get out of this laboratory, we're not looking back. We're only looking forward. Nobody's trying to spin it. Uh, like I said, there's something that changed in the equation, and when it didn't change for in our benefit, and
Hmm.
we can't shake that. But I know this: one man has never stopped Oklahoma,
No.
and you can always leave no doubt that we are one. And so we're gonna move. We're gonna feel this gut punch. But just like I said, I used a lot of times in Creed too. When that guy had Creed to step in the tire and he had to hang and bang, we're in the SEC. We have to understand this is how they move and this is how things go. So now, hey, they got something under their breadbasket. If they're going to still be the border regions and Joe C at the helm, then they need to understand how this goes and be able to move exactly like that and stick your foot in the ground like you did for BV when you went to go after him. And that's all I got to say.
I'm going to say this. I need to go back to my Sooner roots and say there's nobody bigger than the program. Not
Facts.
Jim Knowles, not Lincoln Riley, Barry Switzer, not Coach Stoops, Brent Venables, or even Coach Wilkinson. No one person is bigger than the program.
Facts.
I like to address this one by big. It looks bad no matter how you guys try to spin it. This administration is not committed to winning championships and putting together the staff need to do it. He doesn't want to work with BV. Like I said earlier, what other program has what Oklahoma has? You can't. Most programs only have football. So you put more money into your football because yes, it does give you a lot out. It does pay the most money when you win and when you have ball games. So don't get me wrong, but you got to save money for your softball team because it's won the last national championship 4 years in a row. You got to leave it in your gymnastics, who's won 7 of the last 10. So you can't just put all your money into the football and leave everybody else in the cold. That's bringing you championships as well. But I get what you're saying is that he is making it kind of hard on BV by handcuffing him a little bit and not giving him what he needs. I do agree with you on that, Big. I do agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I think BV has to either put Joe C's feet to the fire and say, hey, either I get this or I'm gone.
Yeah.
And if
Bring
BV
Turnip Seed
leaves,
back.
it's 10 years back if BV
Yeah.
leaves.
Bring Turnip Seed back as the general manager, and let's go. Let's
Mm,
go.
man.
I'm down. I know I said it. It's my own opinion. Bring Turnip Seed back as the general manager.
Gabriel, we already expressed why Wes was fired. That was on Wes was the fall guy for Dabo. Let's just go ahead and say it. He was the fall guy.
Okay.
Because when your head coach tells you, I will quit before I go into the transfer portal, and his ass is still coaching, he had to fire somebody to take that heat off him. And Wes Goodwin was that fall guy.
Politics. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot sit here and tell me that you won't go into the portal and get a guy because of your pride.
Yeah.
That's
That's
right.
what it was. His pride was in the way.
Yeah.
And what's that old saying, Coach? Pride cometh before the fall.
Yeah.
Hey,
Come on.
look, all I'm gonna say is this: keep sleeping on Oklahoma. Everybody, jump on the bandwagon right now. Kick them while they down. Step on their neck. Hey, do what you gotta do. When we revisit this in a few more, about 9 more months, and everybody have that moment, we'll be all right.
Yeah.
Because this defense now, this offense now has a quarterback that knows what to do. He has weapons, and he also is mobile to where you're not going to blitz him like you would Jackson Arnold. So let's just be calm, man. Let's just be good, man. It's all good. We didn't get Jim Knowles, no big deal. We didn't get him. But
Thank
at
you
least
for this round robin, Coach.
say what?
Thank you for this round robin. I needed it.
Well, I'm just saying, man. That's why my thing says Wes Goodwin, come on down. Because that's who I always been trying to say who it needs to be.
Well, I know people think we're trying to spin it. When you take a gut punch, do you stop fighting or do you dig deeper?
You dig deeper.
That's it. Dig deeper. You own it, and you realize that we're not in position to make decisions, but we're all in. We're one Oklahoma, and we went through the fire test together, and we're better for it.
And Bishop, I think I think you left this out when we was talking earlier because you knew it would hit me in the head soon.
Yeah,
One monkey don't stop the show.
facts.
Well, here's the thing. Who is Gunder? I mean, I like the name. Penn State is better than us, bro. Be realistic. They're better than us because we have a trash ass offense. Because we had guys that had no business being an OC. Now, I'll tell you this, and I can be realistic. They don't have better talent than Oklahoma.
Mm-mm.
They're in a conference every year that has 4 teams: Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, and sometimes Wisconsin. Who else is in the Big Ten? Well, you can say Oregon now.
Yeah.
You can say Oregon now, but there's mainly 4 teams out of 20. Out of what? How many is in the Big Ten? 20 teams now?
Yeah.
18.
18 or 20.
Okay. Let's just say 18. Out of 18 teams, there's 5 good teams every single year. So there's 13 that's trash. In the SEC, shit. Even the trash people sneak up on your ass one day and get you.
Vanderbilt.
All I'm saying is Penn State was better this year. Yes, Penn State was better this year. I'm not going to doubt that. I'm not going to try to sit here and say anything bad about Penn State. I actually like Penn State, to be honest. I just think James Franklin is trash because he's another Mike Gundy that can't win the big one. My thoughts only. This is nothing personal. I just think that James Franklin, his Vanderbilt glory days has run out. He's every year, 9-3, 8, 10-2, 8-4, every year in the Big Ten, and can't win the big games. Can't beat Ohio State, can't beat Michigan. So I don't know what else to say, but I mean, you did come back here and say we don't need Knowles. And look, I would have loved to have him, but we just, it is what it is.
Yeah. Make no excuses. Hey, we already said no more excuses. We take it on the chin. It's Creed 2. You're in the tire and you're going gut punch for gut punch. Are you gonna quit? Or are you gonna keep digging and go into the lab deeper and find that necessary unction to finish out this unfinished business? That's where I'm at. Because whether he was going to come on board or not, all he was going to do is make it a little bit better. Our defenses already have the components.
I don't agree. I don't agree with that.
Hey, I had to bring it up because I can tell you right now, every damn defensive line that's been at Clemson has been nasty as hell. I don't know what you're talking about. Every defense.
It's all right. Hey,
I mean, no, it's cool. That's your opinion, though, and I'm not gonna try to ban you or anything or kick you out. I don't do shit like that. I love the debate, to be honest. I love it. I just gave you the stats. Let me bring it back up again. I just gave you the stats of what this year's Clemson did that got him fired. Now, I don't know who your team is, but when you move to number 6 nationally in turnovers, top 10 in defensive touchdowns, 6th in defensive tackles for loss, 7th for passing defense, and then you finish number 10, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
This got this man fired because by Clemson fans, it wasn't good enough. Now, there's 120 other teams that would love to have these stats.
Yep.
I'm just saying. I always come back with stats. I don't try to make anything personal. I just come back with stats.
Can I say one thing?
Yes, sir.
And you wonder where Sooner Magic started. Off of gut punches like this is how we always answer the bell. It has never failed, and we will do it again. Go back through history. When Sooner Magic happens is when all else has failed and people have already called in their chips, and we find a way. Remember what I said. We will not only find a way, but we're going to a new level, because understand, this fire test was real and everybody saw it. And yet we're still going to have the Lamborghini as a defense, and our whole concerns was our offense. And we already made the right decision on offense. Let's just go. We'll take it and let everybody run their narrative, and we go into the laboratory and we prove it on the field. We don't do no more talking, because we can't win it here. All we can do is let the young fellas know we got your back. You go into the laboratory and you use this as fuel.
Gabriel, you have to go back to USC in Florida when we got beat to say that Brent Venables defense, dude, you're reaching, because Coach Bishop kind of tell Mr. Gabriel Bailey who was freshman All-American on the D line this year.
Oh, that was
Jaden Jackson?
Jackson.
Is that the name? Yeah.
Jaden Jackson. And who coaches him on the defense? Is it not Todd Bates? Bates.
Yeah.
And yes, Gabriel, I'll admit those games were an embarrassment, but that was, you're talking 2008, and back then, there's no nuance, brother. BV won 2 more championships with Clemson.
Yeah. Well,
and had probably one of the best defenses in the nation while he was at Clemson.
Look, I don't get mad at Curtis Lawton, man, for leaving.
Nope.
no.
That is a bigger calling than that.
Yeah.
And not just saying it to be saying it, but being a preacher's kid, my mother has always been a person to be a counselor for people through a godly way, and to become a minister of women, and go to all these conferences to talk to women, battered women, regular women, women that have lost so much. That meant more to her than anything. So sometimes when you get a calling that's bigger than sports, that's what it is. It's bigger than sports.
And the same goes with Josh Norman stepping down. So, people don't realize when God calls you, that's God calling you. It ain't for the love of football. It's for the love of God.
Hey, Gabriel, I'm gonna say this. I'm sorry, Mike. Wish
Go
BB
ahead.
could have started out a place like Vanderbilt to see how head coaching building program. OU is not the G League to get where you going. I wish that BB would have been the one hired instead of Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
Then we would have had a national championship, because if he'd have had Baker,
Oh my God.
Perrion Winfrey, Nick Benito, and all those guys that he had. See, Lincoln got blessed with a Lincoln Continental. He didn't have a Pinto. BV came in here with a car with no damn rims on it and no hubcaps. So it's a big difference. And like I said, it's all about timing, guys. It's all about timing. And it's unfortunate that BV is taking all these hits. It's unfortunate. But all these other coaches just leave, and they leave everything there because they have principles and they have a love for the university. Lincoln left. He didn't give a damn about Oklahoma. He took everything. So it's a lot to make up for, and it's going back in the right direction. Trust me, it's going back in the right direction.
Oh yeah.
But we got to get off our high horse on what we think is Oklahoma standard. Sometimes, man, you got to take a few steps back to get 5 or 6 steps forward.
Mm-hmm.
And we're doing that. We're heading back in the right direction. The defense has never been like it was under Lincoln. This defense we've had the last few years has been top notch. Lincoln has never had a damn good defense. Period.
No.
Speed D my ass. That was just guys that ran fast. That's all that was.
Yeah.
And yes, believe me, believe and be saved today. When God calls you, go. Yes, sir. Amen.
Mm.
But
BV was there. BV was there. He was there.
he was.
But I believe that was still Mike calling the defense on
Yep.
that one.
We know that, and also USC. That was
cheat code.
yeah, exactly. Hey, there's no ifs, ands, and buts. That team was stacked.
That was a cheat code. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and hey, and that's what we want to get to. We want to become the cheat code, but you don't build it. You don't go if you don't get a couple of shots thrown at you to see if you're gonna quit. Hey,
We're not
so
making
magic was built.
08 was Mike's last year. That I know for a fact. That was his last year. He went to Arizona the following year. He went to Arizona and from 08 to I think 13, and then came back to 14 or 15 before Bob left, and then he got fired by Lincoln the next year. If somebody can check that stats for me, I would appreciate it. But I think I think BV was calling defense. I believe it was 8 was his first year. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He was doing it for 6 years. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and he left in 13.
Mm-hmm.
So you might be right, Gabriel, man. Like I said, I don't know, but you might be right. It's either a year or two before that, but you might be right. So you're saying he had a better D than Zach, and we get butthurt about him leaving and not want Clemson decor. Well, like I said, man, hey, I think Wes Goodwin would be a good fit for us. I think he will.
Yeah.
Well, they're not coming here. They're not coming here now, Gabriel, because they can't come here now. They gotta wait till the spring.
Gabriel, show me how many people in college makes it to the pros as far as coaches. That is
What?
he said. So where did BB start out like Pete Carroll? Also, if BB was so great, why did no pro teams ever try to hire him as a defensive coordinator?
He didn't want to go.
He didn't want to go.
He was getting
No.
left and right.
Hold on. I went to one of his conferences when he was down here. I think it was 2016 or 17. He does not want to go to the pros. He said he likes to teach young men. He said he do not want to go and coach grown men because they have, what's the word he used? I want to make sure I say it right because I think there might be a video of that at one of the conferences here in Charlotte. He likes to coach young men and coach young boys and make them and turn them to young men. He does not want to go pro. He does not want to go pro.
I've heard him say that, and haven't you heard him say that, Bishop, here at OU also?
Yeah, because he feel like he can be better utilized down here, mentoring them.
Okay, let's do this. Let's.
I like this one.
Get it right. Go ahead. You got it.
Look, Clemson had 2 good quarterbacks. That's it.
Trevor Lawrence and
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson. We've had Sam Bradford, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jason Light.
Steven, I like that one, man. That was a good one. I love that one, man.
And Purple Orca read my mind. Nick Saban's biggest regret was going into the pros. Because when he went to the Miami Dolphins, they sucked. So,
hey, I love this. I love this. I
Yes.
love this. When God calls, you go. When God calls, you go. Look,
Hmm.
man, we didn't know how bad Oklahoma really was. I know when I still watch it sometime. When Brent Venables came on that airplane and touched down here in Oklahoma, everybody was so excited in the fans because we knew what Oklahoma was. Little did we know what was really under the hubcaps, under the hood of that car. We didn't know. But that man stood on that stage and said he's going to bring us a tenacious, physical defense. And that's what we got. Little did we know the offense was going to take a back seat. So
Facts.
a lot of this, man, is just common knowledge, man, common sense. And I know a lot of us, man, just say things and be saying things, but
No,
it,
Gabriel, I'm not comparing BV to Nick. I'm just saying you're wondering why BV didn't go to the pros. Nick went to the pros and he sucked at the Miami Dolphins. Brent Venables does not want to go. Read my lips. Brent Venables does not want to go to the pro.
it's all right, Mike, man. It's okay, man. Y'all, hey, you need to calm down. You're going to have a heart attack. You let people get to you too soon. You let folks get you. People be saying things. You see laughing behind that, and you let that stuff get to you. I refuse to let anybody get me. I just laugh it
Today's
off.
just not a day, though.
I just laugh it off. Look, I don't let it bother me because at the end of the day, I know what the defense is going to do next year.
Yep.
And I'm just hoping that Ben Arbuckle comes in here and do the same thing he did at
Mhm.
Washington State.
I think he'll be better, honestly.
Well, he's going to be better.
Yeah,
He's going to be better.
it's
Look,
gonna be better. But
no,
yeah,
nobody knew how good. Look, nobody knew how good Nick Saban was going to be after his first year
Hmm.
when he went 5-7. No, that was Sark. I'm sorry.
Yeah, when
Nick
Sark
Saban went. Nick Saban went. He went. What was his first year? 7-5.
6-6.
Okay, and then Kirby went 7-5
Mm-hmm.
at
yeah,
Georgia. So
Yeah,
them
and,
first,
and Georgia wanted to crucify him after that 7-5 season.
but look at it. Look who they followed. Okay, no
Mm-hmm.
one left Alabama when Nick Saban came in. There was no turnover. There was no nothing. No one left. So Nick Saban had everything there to rebuild all the defense the way he wanted to build it. Same for Kirby Smart when Mark Richt left.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody left. He had a compliance. He had everything there for him. BV is the only coach that predecessor tried to destroy the program because he was pissed off about how they did things.
Mm-hmm.
So if I love my look, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Try to make it make sense. I just left my job Thursday. Thursday was my last day. I start my new job tomorrow. When I left, it hurt. They were hurt, and I was hurt because I'm leaving a place, man, that I love. Now, would I do something crazy and try to do? No, I love it. I love the guys there. I love the person. I love the people. I love the HR. So when I left on good standings because I can always go back if I want to. That's why everyone hates Lincoln. That's why Joe C is so scared that people are going to do him like Lincoln. Let that shit go. Let it go. He did what he did. Let's move on. I'm tired of hearing Lincoln Riley's damn name, to be honest. But
Mm-hmm.
he tried to destroy the program because he didn't care about Oklahoma the way BV does. So y'all can say what y'all want to say. You might affect Mike Legend, but you won't affect me. I could care less, to be honest. I've been a coach. I know what it feels like to be in that damn box saying that hot box by myself and everybody think I can't do shit.
facts.
I've been there and I've done that.
Same.
So you're not gonna bother me with it. I learned how to turn a deaf ear a long time ago.
But I understand. There's no other way to go. But let's just go back in the laboratory because the season's not. It hasn't even begun, and we've got plenty of time to get this together. And we knew that our offenses was our concern. And
Yeah.
since we answered that, now let them go to work.
I agree with that, Bishop.
Because it does. The truth of the matter, whoever they do hire, they're coming on board knowing the ground is already established, and they have the nucleus there already.
That's you know what, Mike. I would say this, and this is just me, and I've never done it before. It's just that sometimes, man, like I got certain people that come on my podcast and say
Mhm.
crazy shit. I just knock them out and refuse because sometimes I'm cool with people saying things.
Oh yeah,
But I hate too much negativity. I hate
yeah.
too much
I
because
hope I'm not being negative.
no, no, I just feel like and everything, man, is that it's okay, but to have lack of vision, I just think that that's not the correct thing to say.
No,
And I just think that the coach that's there right now is still getting a lot of the backlash from his predecessor,
I do too.
and he's trying to fix it the best way he know how, with one hand tied behind his back.
Well, yeah. I mean, look when Lincoln left, he left BV with a cupboard that barely had staples in it. BV had to go out and re-buy and supply groceries.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you know what? The truth of the matter is, BV has reestablished to where Lincoln, he's not even in the picture. The thing is our offense didn't hold their side of the bargain,
yeah.
and this last season. But they also, it was so many different stringencies on that. But the bottom line is, we learn from our mistakes, and we make no excuses. It's time for us to put up or shut up.
And also, Lincoln said he couldn't recruit in the state of Oklahoma, and look what BV's done since he's been here, recruiting in the state of Oklahoma.
Hey, Craig, I agree with this. I'm down here, and you are absolutely correct. You are absolutely correct.
Mm-hmm.
Look, South Carolina has had one good season since since Steve Spurrier was there. Okay, they've had one good season, which is this year. Clemson fans are going crazy because they feel like now South Carolina is above Clemson, so they're going crazy. So it is what it is. Okay, hold on. Man, you okay, Gabriel. Now you're finally getting to me. Now you finally get. BB does not deserve just because he had great players at Clemson. They did not come to Clemson because of BB. You don't lost your damn mind. I live here. I know for a fact that a lot of look. This is how bad it was. Okay, Gabriel. Let's go ahead and give you some GP points. Let me get you up to speed. There were 9 players that wanted to leave when BB left, but BB said no, no. The reason being, I got family that works on the staff and the board of regents and everything. So I know for a fact. So for you to come on here and say this is crazy. Now I understand. I understand. Dabo was the head coach, but even you got people that go there that understands that Dabo was not the person that the players and everybody talked to. It was Brent. And you could tell that because when BV left, it took a while for Clemson to get back up to par because Dabo was not the person that everybody thought he was. There was a part of people that wanted Dabo ass gone because he did not want to bring people in from the portal. So I get what you're saying and everything, and some of it's true. Some of it's true, but a lot of it's not true. And there's players that still want to come to Oklahoma right now, and he's for some reason, I don't know why he's still loyal to Dabo's ass. He's still saying no, you can't come here. So that's on me. So I know that. So now I can't really say anything to you because you're not on my podcast. So I'm just going to tell you that that's a bunch of horse shit because I know that for a fact. So
And
that's
also, I'll give you my coach. Do you know where Sandy Springs, South Carolina is?
yes.
I used to deliver carbon black in that Bridgestone Firestone plant in Sandy Springs.
Yeah.
And I always had something of OU, whether it be a hat or a shirt. And every worker that seen me wearing my OU gear said, y'all can't have Brent Venables back. And that wasn't just from one guy in the plant. That was from the guy signing my paperwork to everybody I interacted with. And I interacted with a bunch of people.
Yeah. Hey, Chuck, I was one of those people. I thought since his fiance was here, that it was a done deal. I understand that. I thought I was wrong. And I can be a man to say, hey, I was wrong, because I thought that, hey, if you reach out to the university, that means you want to go there or you want to come back home. That's why I said it. Gabe, hold on. I'm going to say this. They were asking for him to come back now. They're hoping that he fails because they feel like he can come back home. He's not going back to Clemson. I think once he leaves Oklahoma, I think he might be done.
Yep.
Because then it becomes about family and wife and everything. So then BV can head back to Loyal Clemson. Hey, they were asking for him to come back before they hired the damn the new coordinator. Mm-hmm. They wanted him to come back. I just need for you to come to Clemson, Gabriel. Gather your coins up and come down to Clemson and talk to the fans and see how much they want his ass to come back. Then you'll see.
And
it's not just me telling you that. I'm just telling you, come down here. Dude is like Jesus around Clemson campus. They want him back in Greenville real bad.
I'm surprised Kimberly Kay hasn't flogged Gabriel yet, because you do not talk about BV in her presence.
Man, I'm like I said, man, I'm cool with people saying their thing. Like Chuck. Hey, I can say I'm wrong, man. Like I said, I'm not a big enough man to say I'm not wrong. We all make mistakes.
Yep.
I assumed, because that's what I would do. Now, he's not like me. I don't make the millions like he makes, millions and everything. I just know family is really important to me. And I've turned down jobs because they wanted me to come without my family. I'm not leaving my family. I've been and I've done that. I'm not in my 30s and 40s no more. So I'm not going to do that. But I can.
Here we go. Now it's the truth comes out. I'm not a BV guy. Knew of him when he was at K-State.
Well, like I said, that's why I didn't get mad at Gabriel. That's his God-given right, man, to have the way and think the way he thinks. I just try to tell him what I know for a fact. And that's it. Like I said, if I didn't have a family member that was on the board of regions and everything, man, it would be different. But I got somebody that tells me how things went down. And then there were players crying on the sideline because they could not go with him when he left. There were parents that wanted to pull their kids out of the university because he left, because that's who they talk to. I'm just telling you things I know. I'm not making anything of this up. And if you ever want to ask anybody this, there are plenty of guys that have podcasts at Clemson that you can go on their podcast and ask them in the comments how missed and how good and how loved was BV. You got to be on for the whole podcast, because that guy will start talking for a whole damn day. That guy loved in Clemson. I'm telling you. I'm just telling you guys the truth, man. Like I said, I don't try to get on. I mean, I love to push the envelope and say, hey, man, I would love to see this. I like to see this. I tell you, you guys know, when Zach Alley left, the first name I said was who?
Goodman.
That's the first name I said.
Goodwin.
No. When Oklahoma played them in the Russell Athletic Bowl, Clemson beat them 41-6 when they had Trevor Knight. That was BV's defense at Clemson. The next year, when they had Baker, Samaje Perine, and they had Joe Mixon, that was BV defense. They beat Oklahoma. So BV I don't know. I don't know what you're searching for. I really don't know. I'm just saying. But if he was not a head coach and he was only a DC, his defense would be even better because that's only one side of the football that you got to worry about. Now,
And in
he
that
did.
LSU loss,
Go ahead.
in that LSU loss, that wasn't BV. That was old Chuck Third and Long's fault.
Let me answer this. This is Chuck, guys. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to hog the. Please
No,
jump
that's all
in.
right.
Like I said, y'all gonna have to kick me off sometime and just, hey, coach, let me get some love. I like what I want to answer this for Chuck. Coach, where does BV go from here? This is a big PR mess, and BV has most of the fans against him. Now, the way things are being handled, this was not handled right for BV's sake. Well, you know what cures all that? Winning. Winning.
Winning.
If and I'm not gonna say win. If they go out here and do another 10-3 or 10-2, we're gonna look back on this and say, damn, okay, it is because we didn't have an offense. You can't have. We always say football is a complementary sport. You have to be good on all three phases, correct?
Yep.
So
Yep.
if your special team is trash, if your offense is trash, but your defense is good, your team's gonna be trash because there's 2-1. Now, if you're 2-1, if your defense is good and your offense is good, but special team is trash, then you are a good team. But you got to be good on all three phases of the football team.
Yep. That's a fact, coach.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I'm gonna give y'all some love and everything. I got a question for y'all that y'all can answer,
Sure.
Okay.
and let me get the comments to respond as well. This is just a deep thought. Let's say Oklahoma. If bowl games mean nothing, then I have suspected you are not a true Sooner. Well, what did we say last year when Oklahoma lost to Arizona? What did we say? It was Jackson Arnold's first game starting. It's getting him ready for this year. It don't mean nothing. Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody says that. Everybody says if you're not really in the CFP, it don't really matter. That's everybody. It ain't just Oklahoma fans. It's everybody. Just a regular bowl game. But I get your point, Gabriel. I get your point. OU has been the only team that's had a lot of bad publicity, a lot of bad things happen to them. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going to change it. I'm hoping winning 10, 11 games will change it and start heading in the right direction. So we'll see.
I will say this.
Okay.
The only time me as a Sooner fan that a bowl game matters to me is if OU is playing for the national championship. That's when it matters. But the Stay Free Maxi Pad Bowl, the tampon bowl, don't mean nothing to me.
Oh, I love this one. Oh, I love this one. Oh, Sooner Cowboy, you showed up on this one. Why am I whispering shit?
Why are you whispering, Coach?
I love BB. I just think he is going to have to change if he wants to be a good head coach. Football is a dirty sport, and you got to have some guys that ain't all clean. Yep. I said that a few days ago, is that sometimes, man, you're going to have to let go of that goody two-shoe type of philosophy of what, I don't want to hurt this person's feelings. I don't want to make that coach mad at me. Damn that. It's a dog-eat-dog cutthroat world out there. So the compliance in the border regions is going to have to ease up on how they do these little background check and what's offensive and what's not offensive and what's good and what's not good.
And see, that's what I was going to bring up I get where Sooner Cowboy is coming and he's a true blue, but understand you're talking about the border regions, Josie and BB. They all got to get on the same page, and we need to hold their feet to the fire because we can't go through another season like this. So There's some validity to what he's saying.
I know how we can solve this. Okay, if we can get an OC and a DC to stay longer than 2 years, we've had a turnover rate because people thought it was greener on the other side. And I know why Zach Elliott left. He left for security, job security. I don't blame him for that. I don't blame him for that.
Yep.
I can go and be with a coach that I know, that I trust, that I know is going to let me run my defense the way I want to run it, and I'm coaching waiting. I can't get mad at that. And I really believe that's one of the main reasons why Jim Knowles didn't come. I really don't believe that BV is ready to let go of his input on the defense.
Yep.
Let's just be real about it. The same way Dallas Cowboys hire somebody that don't have no damn backbone when it comes to being in the room with Jerry Jones. You will never find another.
Don't get me on that rabbit hole.
You will never find another coach like Jimmy Johnson. Period.
Never.
Stop trying. Until somebody is ready to tell Jerry Jones, your ass is supposed to write checks and write checks only. That's why I feel like Dallas would never be good.
That's why I don't know.
You can't be an owner and then have a damn podcast after the damn ball game talking about how bad your team is. And you're the damn owner.
Oh, I can go down a long rabbit hole. You think I'm bad against Joe C? Let me go down the rabbit hole with Jerry Jones, and you might as well get you a plate of food, a soda pop, because I'll digress. That's another topic for another day.
Oh, hey, he wasn't the only one that crushed Lincoln's offenses. Anybody that had a decent off defense to stop Lincoln.
Yeah.
And Lincoln's going through that same problem right now where he's at.
Yep. Sure is.
That pan that he had when he first left Oklahoma, that was on fire and burning inferno, and it's on fire. It ain't even got a warm sizzle to it no more.
Well, answer me this.
Yes, sir.
Why is Joe John still employed?
Because he's a damn good tight end coach.
Okay.
That's from Ben Arbuckle's mouth. Ben Arbuckle said he's a damn good tight ends coach. So now, believe me on this one. If Arbuckle wanted his ass gone, he'd have been gone. If Arbuckle wanted him gone, he's gone. So, but no, Gabriel, man, hey Gabriel, I want you to come over here, man, and be subscribe to my channel, man, because I love honesty, and I love having the tough conversations. Nobody wants to have the tough conversation. I love it. I don't like to boot nobody out. I just like to hit you back with knowledge, hit you back with a comment, but I never boot nobody out because I value your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to voice your opinion because it takes a lot, man, to text and comment and then somebody read your question and then they give you an honest response to it. I'm the same way. If I say something and you don't agree with it, challenge me on it.
Yeah.
Challenge me on it because that's how we get better.
Cooler heads prevail.
Hey, I'm gonna sit here and tell you the truth and everything. Bowl games and being in them means you're winning. OU is not winning. Well, OU is not winning, man, because you can't even go into a fight when all 6 receivers are out. You can't go into a fight when you are playing checkers and chess with your offensive line every single game. So, and then you got 2 OCs that should be damn popcorn stand vendors and everything instead of being OCs.
Coach,
yes,
what's your analogy on the OU's offense this past year?
Somebody asked me that.
No, I'm asking you that. I want you to give your analogy on how OU's offense. It starts out with 4 flat tires.
Oh man, look, damn that we done upgraded. We got a mop, a squeegee, a bucket, a broom, and a damn leaf blower.
That's how hard an offense was.
Yeah.
We got that's what we got.
Yeah.
And the mop bucket is empty.
Ohio State champs, I think it was in the past couple of days when Penn State got serious about Knowles. Past 2 days.
After something had dropped.
After something had dropped.
Yeah. 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 So
let me see what he says. Seeing the childish comments from some of the people commenting on the chat, you can see why OU is in this predicament. Well, fans are going to be fans. Fans are going to be fans. They're going to say what they want to say and everything. And I've always said this, man. When they always tell me the customer is always right, I don't believe that. The same way the fans are not always right. I'm looking at it from a player, a coach, and a fan. I played Division II. I played Division I. I've coached high school, middle school. I don't want to do college because it's too stressful on me because I'll end up choking somebody's ass. But I say this to say that I try to be honest about what I say because I've been in all 3 phases. I played, I've coached, and I'm a fan of it. But at the same point in time, I can be realistic and say what I think is terrible. I think the OU was going down when Lincoln was there. When you almost lose to Kansas with Caleb Williams, the best quarterback there was, and you got to do a trick play to snatch the ball out of the running back's hand just to get 2 yards to win the ball game, you trash.
And then get beat by OSU a couple of days later or a couple of weeks later.
So Lincoln saw the writing on the wall. He knew I got to get the hell up out of here. Because next year was going to be garbage.
Yeah.
Because all the defensive guys were leaving and the offensive and everything. So look, man, I can sit here and say what I want to say, but I can't. All I'm saying is that BV has had a bad run of luck when it comes to coaching Oklahoma, and it really isn't all his fault. But he's not going to put the blame on nobody else. He's going to take it on himself.
Yep.
Facts.
No, he's not a bad tight end coach. That's what he is now, a tight ends coach. Don't get your ass nowhere near the play sheet. Don't get your ass nowhere near the play sheet. When Arbuckle says, send me a tight end in, all I want you to do is say, yes, sir, massa. I should have said that. My bad. I should not have said that. I should not have said that. My bad, dog. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I was watching Django last night, and that stuck in my head. My bad. No, I really am sorry for that, man. I should not have said that.
But I will say this is that, hey, do we have, as fans, do we have a right for our concerns and questions that we do have? Absolutely. But in the same breath, understanding something ain't making sense when the agent for Knowles reached out to us, and the narrative all the way through was he's trying to get closer to his fiance, and then all of a sudden, somewhere in that equation, something changed it to where now Penn State and Notre Dame can come in, and that's way further away than being right here in Oklahoma. Help me make sense. That's all I'm saying is, like, I get the gut punch, but hey, at this point, somewhere, somehow it changed. Great. So it changed. What do we do now as a fan base and as a community?
I don't know. Mike, what you think?
That I'm still trying to figure that one out. But I'm in agreement with Bishop. When something came down, that's when you started seeing the tide shift
Yeah. Well,
about Knowles.
Well, hey, can y'all answer this one
go ahead.
from Purple?
Who would y'all rather see gone, DeMarco Murray or JJF?
Flip a coin. It don't really matter. I mean, look, I told y'all why I feel like they're going to work now. When you don't have no OC, and I think that Joe John really got in over his head.
Yeah.
And I believe once the pressure start, look, when you're an OC, it's a feeling. It's a feel for the game. And
Yeah.
you got to have tough skin. I believe it's harder to call a offense than it's a defense. And you got to have tough skin when you do that because it's about moving the ball. Defense is about stopping the ball. It's easier to
Facts.
play defense than it is to play offense. Okay.
Facts.
So when you're an OC and things that you call don't work, and then you try it again and it don't work. Then you try it again and it don't work. Now you start panicking because you don't know what to call because shit ain't working.
Yeah.
I think Joe John got in over his head, and you can't go 9 or 10 9 or 10 drives with no first downs. Your defense can only handle so much. So I know for a fact that if OU has 3 and outs right now, Arbuckle's going to go crazy on the sideline. But you got a quarterback that you can put in there that knows the offense, that can calm everybody down and get that extra yards if he needs to, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, Purple, I just think that DeMarco and Joe John didn't have nobody to oversee the offense. So they were trying to do their due diligence by helping out, and it hurt the program more than it helped, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you only need one voice in the room. There was no voice in the room.
Go ahead, Mike.
Oh,
and I will say, I've heard Jason say this several times. God dang it, I went brain dead. Oh, that was not a complete Joe John play call against Alabama. That was Kevin Johnson. Plain and simple.
Hold on. Who did BB hire? The guys that you guys make fun of. Who did he hire that we make fun of? Gabriel? Put that in there. Who did we make fun of that he hired? Because Joe John was already there. DeMarco was already there.
Bill Bedenbow was already there.
So I'm trying to figure out who.
Who's he speaking of?
I don't know. Maybe he'll put it in there. Hold on. Stevie G said, hold on. Go back up. Stevie G says, hey, Coach, I'd just like to tell you Giovanni is bigger in person than I thought he would. I told y'all. Y'all think that them UAP boys and everything are small. Nope. Who is he talking about?
The guy he fired, Gabriel. The guy he fired. Are you talking about?
He didn't hire Latrell. That was Joe C. He didn't hire Latrell.
See,
that
this
was
is
Joe C.
Hey, Gabby. Hey.
That was
give you some more knowledge. He did not want to hire Latrell. He wanted to fire Latrell. Let's keep it. That's one. He didn't want to hire Latrell, but the Board of Regents and Josie felt like he's already on staff. We would just promote him. He's already been a head coach in OC at North Texas. That's 2. 3, he lied on his resume. He ain't no damn OC. He can't call shit. And he got fired on his day off. That's 3.
Craig, how you get fired on your day
that
off?
was not a BB hire.
No, I'm
Seth
just
Luttrell
telling you,
was a
he
Joe
did
C.
not
hire.
want. Okay, look, if you don't believe us, go do some little homework, Gabriel. And like I said, I'm not mad at you, man. 'Cause like I said, sometimes people don't know.
No,
Sometimes they don't know. You can go to any other podcast. You can go to any other OU Inside or whatever, and
that.
and try to
Let me
go back
break it
in your
down
mind.
for you, Gabriel.
Okay. Did you freeze up? You need more quarters? You stupid Bishop blinking.
Mike, hey, hello?
Mike, you there? Mike, you there? You muted. You there?
All I'm hearing out of y'all is up, eep, up, up. I'm here. Can you hear me?
I heard you.
All I'm hearing is up, eep, up, eep, up.
You went like this. That's all we saw. So, finish what you were saying.
Yeah, we didn't hear anything. It cut you off, bro. Is what we're trying to say.
Yeah, if we didn't hear anything.
Oh.
Gabriel said, so Joe C
Okay.
is the head coach now. Okay. No, and then you was going to tell him why Joe C hired, because I know the story, so you can tell him.
Seth Luttrell was Joe C was Seth Luttrell's best man at their wedding. And now you want me to fast forward to the hire?
Yes, sir.
My internet messing up, guys. Y'all roll with it.
Let me do it. All right. This is what happened. He was his best man at his wedding, but then moves fast forward. Instead of them doing their due diligence to put a team together to do an OC hire, they decided they're just going to promote from within. BV did not want to hire him as an OC. But Joe C did that. He said it would be better and cheaper for the border regions to just move him up instead of going to go spend the money to go do an OC hire and bring somebody within. That's why he got hired. But he never wanted Seth Luttrell.
Who did he want?
I don't know who he wanted, but Shorty right here was saying, man, y'all got to increase the production budget. Yeah, Mike, you're gonna have to get that city cable. Instead of that country cable. You gotta get that city cable. He said
I think I might have I'm gonna put in a
man, you crazy. But no, I mean, but hey,
can y'all hear me?
I can't.
Yeah.
But that was the only time. That was the only time, Gabriel, that Joe C did that. He wanted.
I need to address something in the chat, Mac.
Yeah,
Mac. There is no beef between me and Jason at Hall of Fame Media. I know I haven't been on a show in a long time, but there is no beef between me and Jason. He is still my best friend. Love him to death, but I just haven't been on a show in a long time.
Mac, no beef with. Oh, that was you. No beef in. Oh, we got no. Okay, I'm trying to figure out. Here we go. Here it is right here. First year in the SEC, and Joe C and whoever decides Seth is our best option. They did that. I mean, hey, I'm just telling you the truth, man. Like I said, I don't need to try to make things up. That's public knowledge. You can go on any podcast, and he did that. I think he will make it. He just got to have the look. He's never had a DC and an OC for more than one damn year. Everybody, Levy got a head coaching job. Can't blame him for that. Zach Elliott wanted to leave for a better situation. Can't blame him for that. I mean, he fired the DC, who's now at UCF. So, but you got to compliment him for trying to get better instead of just going backwards. So, I'm not mad about that. I'm just saying we got to get someone in, man, that has to have continuity, that wants to stay there for a long period of time. Everybody wants to jump ship now because they think it's better and the grass is greener on the other side. So when you oh when you hold on right quick. When you get somebody in here that wants to stay, that's different. Okay. A lot of guys want to leave and go to somewhere else and everything because they feel like it's better on the other side. I think right now we got a young OC that wants to be here. His wife loves Oklahoma. And what better way to please the wife by winning ball games and making her happy? So I think that we got a great young guy that wants to be here for a long period of time. Now, if he doesn't, if he comes in and 2 years later he's winning games and somebody come and snatch him, that's the nature of the beast. When you're doing good, everybody wants you. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Now, who hired Arbuckle? That was BV. That was BV. BV was the one that said that he came in there and blew his socks off on the interview, and he hired Arbuckle. So now, if Arbuckle doesn't do it, that's on BV. So yes, Ruth got fired. Yes, he got fired. Yes, BV didn't want to hire Seth Luttrell because he wanted to run a different offense. That was the one time that he was had his hand held behind his back, and he was held hostage, and he had to.
Yeah.
Oh, well, like I said, man, I don't think I don't think that's a beef. I just think and everything. Jason told me sometimes when I try to break in that he has moments, everything when he's on the road that he would like to get what he got to get off his chest, and there's times where he wouldn't let me come in, and I understand that because there's times
Yeah.
when I'm on the road, and
Same.
it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, he said, hold on. He said, come on, Coach Ricks, let's start a beef. Hall of Fame guaranteed us knows going to OU. Hey, I didn't guarantee, but Jason kept throwing kept throwing the fiance in there, and you would have thought that that would have been, you know, the cherry on the top. But I guess that she decided that either she's gonna go with him, or like I said, I won't get into that. That's grown folks' business. I don't want to say
Yeah.
anything that it comes out to be like what Coach said. Nope, I'm not getting in grown folks' business. I'm jumping out of that. But
Yes. I just think and understand he wasn't the only one. We heard the tea leaves, and uh, fiancés and girlfriends are pretty strong. Have a pretty strong record when it comes to that. So, uh, hey, you're not always going to get it right. This is real life, and different things cause different ways to go south. Predicated on whatever was going on at that time. So, no excuses. It didn't go our way. We'll learn from it, and we'll move forward.
I don't think it was fake news, Chuck. I think that it was ill-advised news, if that makes sense. A lot of times, man, we're so quick to jump on what's said and make it a topic that we really don't do our homework and see if it really is something that's really out there. I think that he really wanted to come to Oklahoma, but at the same point in time, something happened between last Thursday and today to change things because I thought it was a done deal. If
That's what I was hearing.
the rumors and everything that they're saying is true, why would you or your agent reach out to Oklahoma if you didn't want to come there? That's all. I don't call a pizza place to see if they got a special. I call a pizza place because I want a pizza. So if I call a pizza place, that must mean I want a pizza. I don't just call to say, "Hey, I'm wondering if y'all selling pizzas." Yes, it's a pizza place. So I don't know why that was. I don't know what that was for. If he did that or not. I'm hearing all the indications that he did do that, but I just don't know. So
Yeah.
we'll see. Hey coach, what do you think about the insiders that put? Okay, no, I got that one. I'm joking, of course. Oh, shorty man, on the purple. I'm joking, of course, but he was the most for sure. All right, hold on. Let me
Yeah.
see. You must know your personal when dealing with people just like football.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, hey, shorty, hey, shorty, if you want to jump in here for a few minutes, man, you can. Just let me know. I'll bring you in, man, because I would love to have another person's opinion on what they think. And like I said, but at the same point in time, man, maybe this is a good thing. Now you ain't got to worry about dishing out all that money. You can put that money toward players, put it toward compliance, put it towards something else. But we'll see, man. Like I said, everything right now, yeah, these guys were insiders, man, and they put that out. Yeah, do y'all think BB will go after another high profile DC? He shouldn't.
Too much
Now,
time is too much time has elapsed.
yeah, just go ahead and do West
Yeah.
and be done with it. But hey, Gabriel,
Hey,
I agree with this. I agree with this. I agree with that. Maybe he used OU as leverage.
It's a possibility. It's a
Maybe, hey,
possibility.
I've heard of people, calling around saying, "Hey, so and
there
so
you
is interested in so and so," and then that gets the emotions talking about other things. Because, like you said, Penn State was not even in the conversation.
So with that
no.
said, could and understand it was an honest mistake, but could that insider snafu really have turned the tide? Is that viable option that could have turned the tide? I don't know.
I don't know, man. Like I said, it's a lot. It's a lot on the variables about this because
Yeah,
right now it's so touchy. There are so many people that's pissed off that we didn't get him. There's so many people that are upset that they were
Yeah.
misled. It's it's,
yeah,
it's, it's news.
yeah.
That's it.
Bishop, to answer your question, sir,
Go
let's
ahead.
just say the legend don't believe. Just, just, I don't believe in coincidences.
Okay.
Uh, of what you just asked, I don't believe in coincidences.
Fair.
I just think it
Fair.
would be better to just go ahead and just do West, put the four-headed monster back together again. The defense is a senior-led defense with multiple guys returning that were All-Americans, freshman All-Americans, first team, second team, third team in the SEC. I think that the offense is going to be a little bit better than if the offense can just be basic, it'll be 10 times better than what it was last year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach, I got to get off of here.
Yeah.
I got to get some dinner made. So, Coach, as always, thanks for having me on. I'm sorry at the first of the show if I was a little bit in the feels, but it's all good now.
Oh
We
man,
talked
hey,
it out.
I don't like I said, man. I've learned, man. Don't let things bother you, and don't let things hinder your performance. And you know, it is what it is. At the end of the day, life still goes on. Things still go on. Keep it moving.
Sunrise will tomorrow, and I didn't have a doggone that thing to do with this. It wasn't my fault.
It'll be all right, man. It'll get better, man. Like I said, I'm gonna come back on here Tuesday, man. We're gonna try again, find out if anything has happened between now and then. I just wanted to come on, man, and give my little 2 cents on what I thought happened. But I'm cool with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm cool with it. That's why I say Wes Goodwin, come on down.
Yeah.
You're the next contestant in the OUDC search.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what
I'm
it is.
all good.
All right. Well, man, hey, as always, man, thank you guys, man, for jumping on, man. I'm gonna get off here myself, man. The wife wants to go for a little walk with the dog. It's 65 degrees outside, so I better take advantage of it.
Absolutely. No
You know,
doubt.
but
And all I can say to the fan base, hey, we're still in it together. We ain't going nowhere, and we still got stuff to unfinished business.
Well, got to get Wes. Wes is going to be an analyst or something anyway, so
Yeah.
it's just a matter of time. I mean, I mean, they've already said that. You know,
So,
oh hell no, oh hell no, hell to the no.
Why?
Mike, the legend for DC. Hell no,
Why?
hell
Why?
no,
I like that. Why, Coach?
man, because you're gonna use that bootleg internet to call plays in, and it ain't gonna work.
No.
You're like, where
Mike
Mike go?
DC?
Where Mike go? What did Mike call?
No.
Mike,
Mike the
Damn.
legend,
Tell
the
Mike gone.
DC. Hey, get the word
You
out.
know what? You know what? As a DC, I wouldn't have an iPad or anything. There would be a yellow legal pad, a pen. Y'all would just have to worry about me running out of ink.
Hey Mac, before they leave, that was the hire that everybody was thinking was going to happen from all the insiders.
Yeah.
Sims and let him go.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hey, y'all can think what you want to think. I'm just saying. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful rest of y'all's day, man.
Yeah,
Everybody
you
else
two
out there,
guys.
hit that
Boomer
like button,
Sooner.
man. If you hadn't, there's a man. Join your boy on Tuesday's episode. I'm gonna jump back on here again, man, to find out what OU is doing between now and then. Until then, Boomer Sooner, man. Horns down. Thank you guys, man, for joining us. You guys have a wonderful evening, man. Peace out.
Take care, buddy. Peace
All
out.
right, bud. Have a good one.
Money, homie, making good my money.